Hello everybody, welcome back to Tom Reads Things. My name is Tom. I hope you're all very, very well. I'm so excited about today. I am filming the video that I look forward to filming the most each year. The fire's on. Oh, have a look at that. I've got a cup of tea ready. I've got a huge stack of books next to me and it can only mean one thing. It's time for my VICTOBER TBR. So I bloody love VICTOBER. I've been so looking forward to this all year, and God knows we need a bit of VICTOBER joy in our life, don't we? A bit of Victorian literature loveliness with everything that's been going on in 2020. So yeah, I'm super excited for VICTOBER this year, as I always am. Last year was the first year I properly took part in it. The year before I'd watched it on BookTube before I was a member of BookTube myself. And yeah, I just really love it. You can hear Harry having an absolute whale of a time on the floor down below. He's like rolling around, scratching his back. Oh, he's having an absolutely beautiful time. I've been wanting to film my VICTOBER TBR for ages, ever since I saw Gemma from Read a Book Gem do her VICTOBER TBR. I've only recently found her channel and she is bloody brilliant. I could listen to her talk about books for ages. She talks about them so eloquently and succinctly. She's really fab. So I'll link her channel in the description box down below. Go and give her a follow. Yeah, I've been looking forward to filming this video for ages, but we've been having our house rewired, our entire bloody house rewired. So I haven't been able to film anything for ages. But we are back now, so I can. So let's get on with it, shall we? So the first book that I'm hoping to pick up as part of my VICTOBER TBR is by an author that I have tried before, but I just didn't get on with. I read about 80 pages of a short story, no, not a short story collection. I read about 80 pages of a very short novel by them before and just didn't get on with the writing style, and I haven't looked at their work ever since, but I really should, and I really want to, because I really want to like them, because they sound like they've got a fantastic catalogue of books. So I really want to like this author, so I'm going to give them another try, but I'm going to try some of their, I believe it's poetry. So my first book that I'm going to pick up is by Thomas Hardy, and it's Women Much Missed, and I believe this is a poetry collection by Thomas Hardy. So yeah, Thomas Hardy is a firm favourite of lots of people's VICTOBERs and just reading life in general. I hear a lot about him from other booktubers, and I really want to read some of his books because they sound amazing, and I really want to get over the not so great experience I had first off with Thomas Hardy. So yeah, I've got a couple of these black mini penguin classics on my TBR because I think I can just tear through them. You can probably read one of these a night, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading some Thomas Hardy. What would VICTOBER be without a bit of Charles Dickens? So I'm also going to be picking up Charles Dickens' The Great Wingleberry Duel. I don't know anything about this, so yeah, I can't really say anything. What does it say? Desperate-minded villain. Yeah, oh, it's got two short stories in it, The Great Wingleberry Duel and The Steam Excursion. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to reading some of Charles Dickens' short stories. I haven't really read any before other than what was in his Christmas collection. So yeah, very much looking forward to this. Charles Dickens is my favourite author of all time, and obviously my favourite Victorian author, so I'm very much looking forward to picking up some of his short stories and getting my eyeballs around this. And the last of the mini Penguin Black classics that I'm going to be reading for VICTOBER is The Goblin Market by Christina Rossetti. So I hear a lot of people talk about Christina Rossetti, and I haven't read any of her work before, and I've heard The Goblin Market spoken about a lot. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this. Again, some more poetry. I don't read a huge amount of poetry, but when I read Emily Bronte's complete poems last VICTOBER, I really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping this is going to be just as enjoyable. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting to some Christina Rossetti finally with The Goblin Market. Now then, the next book I'm going to talk about is the VICTOBER read-along this year. Each year a piece of literature is done as a read-along, and it's absolutely fantastic. So this year it also fulfills the Reader's Choice challenge, which is to read a book that has been on your TBR for a previous Victober or just generally been on your TBR for ages. And for me, that is Shirley by Charlotte Bronte. I have read Jane Eyre before. More on that later. I've read Jane Eyre before and absolutely adored it. Like, it's probably my favourite book of all time. I read Villette a couple of months after that and did not really enjoy it. I don't know why. Maybe I was relying too much on my kind of experience of Jane Eyre and was like, this is going to be just like Jane Eyre, and it wasn't, and that's fine, but I didn't really enjoy it as much. So I'm really interested to see what I think of Shirley. This follows the story of, I have no idea because I haven't read it or looked at it or read the back or done any research into it at all. So I'm going into this completely blind, as I am actually with a lot of these. But yeah, Charlotte Bronte is an author that absolutely fascinates me. All of the Bronte sisters do. So I'm very, very, very much looking forward to reading this as part of the read along. I think if you have a look on Goodreads, on the Victober Goodreads, you can see the schedule for this read along. And I believe it's about a chapter a day throughout October, so it's completely manageable. I think there's a couple of days where there's 2 chapters. So yeah, I am super looking forward to reading Shirley. I think it's Lucy from Lucy the Reader's favourite book of all time. So yeah, I'm super excited to get to this. It is a bit chunky, which is, I think, why it's being done as, 1 chapter a day. However, for a Victorian classic, the text is huge. So very, very excited to get to this. Love Charlotte Bronte. Really looking forward to it. The next challenge is from Katie at Books and Things, one of the hosts of Victober, and her challenge was to read a piece of Victorian literature which corresponds to your favourite genre, modern day genre. And for me, that is historical fiction. So Katie did some absolutely fantastic recommendations on her Victober announcement video. I'll link all of the announcement videos in the description box down below, so do go and check that out. But yeah, she did some absolutely fantastic recommendations for her challenge for Victober. So for me, yeah, that is historical fiction, and I have decided to pick up Elizabeth Gaskell's Gothic Tales. Now, I read North and South last year for Victober and bloody loved it. It is definitely in my top 5, maybe 10, 5, 4, whatever, books of all time. Yeah, absolutely loved it. So very, very, very much looking forward to getting to some more Elizabeth Gaskell. Gothic Tales contains a novella called Lois the Witch, which is set in the 1600s, I believe, in Salem. It's about the Salem witch trials. And also it contains some other great historical fiction for Victorian times, so written in the Victorian period, but set prior to the Victorian period. That's what that means. So yeah, including I think the Squire's story and Poor Clare. There's some absolutely fantastic short stories in here. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to getting to this. I'm going to definitely read Lois the Witch, but hopefully I'm going to read all of this. I mean, it's not that long. It's like 300, 400 pages, something like that. So yeah, I'm hoping to chunk this up and read most of this book for Victober. The next challenge is from the lovely Kate Howe, and that is to read a new book from your favourite Victorian author. So pick your favourite Victorian author and then read a book by them that you have never read before. So as I said earlier, my favourite Victorian author is Charles Dickens, and a book of his that I've been meaning to get to for ages is Martin Chuzzlewit. So I'm doing this as a buddy read with Kate Howe, so I'm very, very, very excited about that. We read Hard Times last Victober by Charles Dickens, and whilst I wasn't so keen on the book, I loved doing a buddy read with Kate. She's absolutely fantastic. So I'm very much looking forward to doing this as a buddy read. And I think we're going to span it across the whole of the month, which will make it a lot more manageable. We were supposed to do this as a buddy read shortly after last Victober, but because of work and things like that, it was tricky to pin down a time when we could do so. I'm so looking forward to this. It's been a long time coming, our buddy read of this. I don't know much about Martin Chuzzlewit. He looks like a very dapper gent, doesn't he? Looks a bit like me. So yeah, I don't know anything about this. I think he goes to America and does something. Something happens, he meets some people, there's probably a villain, there's probably 100,000 characters, and it's probably just bloody brilliant. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to this. Again, it's huge. It's about 800 pages. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting to this and to be reading a big old Charles Dickens novel as part of VICTOBER. Wouldn't be the same without one, would it? Get ready, gorgeous cover alert. So the next book that I'm going to read is part of Lucy's challenge, Lucy from Lucy the Reader, which is to read a collection of letters or a diary written in the Victorian age. And I have chosen Selected Letters by Charlotte Bronte. Look at that. So yeah, this is a collection of letters written by Charlotte Bronte. Again, I'm really fascinated by Charlotte Bronte, and I'm so excited to see what these letters contain. I am a huge fan of the film To Walk Invisible, which is on Amazon Prime. Go and have a look at it. It's about the lives of the Bronte sisters. And it's gritty, it's dark, it's properly Victorian. It's not a glamorized Hollywood version of Haworth in, you know, the mid 19th century. It is a true depiction of what it was like to be there at that time. And you get a real insight into those sisters, into the Bronte sisters and Charlotte especially. And that just makes me super, super, super excited to see what is contained in this collection of letters. Just look at that cover. Sorry, I can't stop looking at it. Absolutely awful, isn't it? So yeah, I think some of them are obviously a lot longer than others. Some of them will be just your everyday letters. Oh, there's one in French here. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I hope there's some to Monsieur Eyre, who was the teacher that she fell in love with in Brussels. And there is. I've landed on one from October the 24th, 1844 to Monsieur Eyre. And I think it's translated. Yeah, it's translated from French. So looking forward to this. So the last book that I'm picking up as part of VICTOBER, I am super excited about. This is part of a read-along hosted by the lovely Kate Howe and Emily from Novell Novels, and it is a read-along of Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. It's a very Charlotte Bronte focused TBR for me, isn't it? This is, as I said earlier, my favourite book of all time. And I have actually, this may come as a surprise, I have never ever in my life reread a book. So I'm very, very, very excited to get to this and to reread it as part of Kate and Emily's read-along. I'll link both of their announcement videos for this read-along in the description box down below, so do go and watch those. I absolutely adore Jane Eyre, and I'm really excited to read it as a read-along with other people. I hope I get more out of it this time. I mean, I got a lot out of it last time for it to be my favourite novel of all time, but I'm hoping to get more out of it this time, and it will be really great to have some discussions with people about this novel, because in my eyes, it's just absolutely perfect. I bloody love it. If you are joining in on in the read-along, let me know in the comment section down below. I think on social media, people doing the read along are using VICTOBER at Thornfield, hashtag VICTOBER at Thornfield. So I'll be posting my thoughts on this book as we go through the read along with the hashtag VICTOBER at Thornfield. Yeah, I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I'm very excited about it. I love Jane Eyre. Bloody love it. So there you go, that's my VICTOBER TBR. Do let me know what you're going to be reading for VICTOBER. Let me know if you've read any of the books down below and what you thought, any of the books I've just spoken about, and let me know what you thought about them in the comments section down below. If you have got a VICTOBER TBR video, please link it in the comments down below so I can go and have a watch. I bloody love VICTOBER TBR videos. I could binge watch them all day. So yeah, very, very, very excited. I will be back in a couple of days' time with my September wrap-up, and throughout October I will be doing some fun VICTOBER style type videos. So yes, I will see you soon for another video. Thanks very much. Bye.